All right, everyone, make some noise for the Dapper Danielle and the Magical Millennial, the host of Disney Countdown Show.
This is amazing.
This is so cool. Oh my gosh. Hi,
I'm a little
guys.
overwhelmed, but this is great at the same time.
This
It's
is
so good.
Yeah, wow. Okay, first live show.
Yes. Well, I guess we should open this up how we do every podcast show, right?
Yes, for consistency's sake. Yeah.
For consistency. So
why
for those
not?
that are listening at home later on down the road, or they missed this or didn't get the memo because the algorithm did suppress all this information that we were even doing this.
Yes. Thank you all for being here.
Yes. Again, thank you so much for being here. This is, like Danny mentioned, our first live show that we've done in front of I guess this is not even a studio. This is just an audience, not a live studio audience, just the live audience.
Yes. To be the first, so yay, we're excited.
Now, we're really bad on the podcast. We get into the middle of talking and we forget to tell y'all what our countdown
In the
is
middle,
gonna be.
we get to the countdown part and nobody knows what it is.
Right. So let's go ahead and explain it here in the beginning. We're going to be doing a little top five countdown, and it's going to be our tips and tricks for any of the parks, whether it be Disney World, Disneyland, things that we suggest. And we have kind of touched on this subject a little bit in a previous episode, but we're just going to kind of elaborate on it a little bit more.
And it's for those who are like brand new to the parks, who really haven't been to Disney before.
Or maybe just to, if you are a regular, maybe this is just a, hey, remember, recenter, let's refocus on this also, you know?
Yes, yeah.
Thank y'all again so much.
Wonderful to meet you guys, so thank you. And thank you, of course, for being here and for your support. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much for, of course, following us on social media. We are at Disney Countdown Show on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, Pod Disney on the Twitter X, and of course, I am the Magical Millennial with a little underscore at the bottom for my personal socials, and she is the Dapper Danielle on all the things, which, of course, thank you guys so much for watching our videos there, too.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Oh, fabulous. And it's so weird because we usually have, well, actually, we do have one review that we can cover on this. So usually in our podcast, we have a list of reviews from Spotify, from Apple, and we have one little review.
Well, Danielle, this is a special one.
Oh, it is a special one.
It's our first Spotify review.
Oh, that's right, because they did the update.
They just added reviews to Spotify.
If you are not familiar with the system, for the longest time, Spotify, you were only able to add stars, and you couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
It was just stars, and that was it.
Yep.
So now you can actually write your review on there. So this is a pretty big deal for us. And this one is from April. Yes, and it says, the best way to start my Tuesday mornings, listening to the Disney Countdown Show to get a little bit of Disney in my middle of the week when I can't make it to the parks. Thanks. Aw, that's fabulous.
Thanks, April. Oh my gosh, yay. Oh, that's wonderful. It's a great first Spotify review, so thank you.
Right?
That's fantastic. And thank you all if you have rated or reviewed us. Really appreciate it. It's a way for us to get the show out there and for other people to learn about us and listen, so we really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
You keep hearing us talk about algorithms. This is how we deal with the algorithm over on those ones. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
That's just the easiest way to put it.
Pretty much. And of course, also, we have some of our Patreon fam here in the audience, so thank you guys. It's so nice to finally meet you in person, put a face to the name. Of course, we've seen some of you on our virtual hangs that we have every month, but it's so nice to meet you. And we also do have a new Patreon who just joined us in this last week, and that is Alyssa. So shout out to Alyssa. Thanks for being a part of the Disney Countdown Show fam. And that does, if you guys don't know, if you're not a part of the Patreon fam, we do have bonus episodes of the Disney Countdown Show that we do almost every countdown at least. But yeah, we'll have more. We'll probably have more from, I don't know, maybe D23 this weekend or in the parks probably. And it's a good time. We get a little bit more unfiltered, unhinged, and say a little more stream of consciousness things on the bonus episodes. So if you want to be a paid subscriber or join the Patreon fam, we do have that usually in our episode notes.
It's really where I can do my ratatouilles and
let it fly.
Let it fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, but since we're here in a live audience, let's tone it down a little bit, Megan.
No, we are in public. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll be a little more PG rated. That's fine.
We usually are.
We are PG. We are. What am I talking about? We usually are. I feel like we're G rated.
We are a family-friendly podcast.
We are. Yeah. I don't know what am I saying?
Thinking that we're getting crazy. Our version of crazy on the bonus episodes is that instead of doing like 1 pump of caffeine, we do 2, an extra little shot of espresso or something on the side. That's fucking crazy.
Right. And then yes. And
yeah,
shot. Right. Yes. And chug a Red Bull, which of course Red Bull is here today. Hi Red Bull. Yes.
Hello, fam. Appreciate
Thank you, Red Bull.
Yes.
And thank you also to Villains. They did cater our food today, so thank you to Villains Brewing.
I am so honored that this, because y'all, I literally flew in from Orlando earlier today. I had no idea all this was really going on. I was putting all my trust into Danny and Eric and Megan. I'm like, y'all are my boots on the ground. And you guys know what you're doing. Thank you so much. And so to walk into this as just the Floridian that doesn't go here.
She doesn't even go here.
Yeah, she doesn't even go here. That's me. Thank you, Megan. Like, you guys really took care of this for me.
Oh, of course, absolutely. We gotta welcome you, our East Coast fan, with open arms. You know,
Yes.
and
You're welcome.
yeah.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric. And of course, we welcome you with food always.
You guys know my love language so well. So honored. Orangeburg, Chubby, food.
Food.
That's
Yeah.
the way I do it. We, of
Yes.
course, have to mention the
Yes.
person that's hosting us here for our podcast
Yes.
is the Courtyard Anaheim
Convention Center. Yes.
slash Convention Center.
Yep.
Which we are very, very grateful for. This whole entire staff, as soon as we checked in and started setting everything up, they did all of this. They put up the balloons.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking in, I was just like, oh, we're really fancy up in here.
Yep.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I again, so blessed, so grateful. So
Yes.
thank you again to our hotel fam. We really, really appreciate you too.
Yes, thank you, Courtyard Anaheim. It's awesome to be here. Yes.
Yes, make some noise. Okay, now before we jump into our top 5, most of you, by a show of hands, can you guys tell me how many of you will be at the convention center today or for this weekend, any of the days? Fabulous.
That's
And
pretty
I know,
good, pretty good.
I saw the tear emoji right there that just came down. Yes, I know a lot of you can't make it to the convention, but we are so happy you were here to join us for this show. But a lot of people have been asking us, and I know you've been tagged in videos. I was tagged in 3 today.
Yes, about
What-
predictions.
Yes. What is a prediction, whether it be like what you think is legit going to happen or completely right field?
Right. So I think expectations are a little bit high because in 2022, the 2022 D23 Expo, a lot of it was blue sky ideas, right? Which for Disney, that means it's up in the air, it's in the cloud. They're ideas that we have, they're not confirmed, but this is what this could be. So now I feel like in 2024, we heard it from Josh Giamaro himself, to get excited for all the stuff coming out for D23. So I'm like, Josh, you better not let me down then.
I will believe it when I see it.
Because
I was
That is-
promised Mary Poppins.
I know you were.
I was promised the theater.
I know.
I was promised a lot, and it got all taken away from me.
It's not even. No, it's not
So-
happening.
And I guess that's one of the predictions is that everybody's like, oh, well, maybe we'll hear about in Walt Disney World what's coming beyond Big Thunder Mountain. Like everybody
Yes,
saw that.
Dark
Everybody's
Park.
talking about the dark park.
Yep. Well, the main thing for me is hello, Tiana's Bayou Adventure in Disneyland. Can we get an opening
Finally.
date, please?
Yes.
I can see her. I see her, and she looks almost done.
Let me in, please.
Like
Is what all the Disneylanders are
let
doing.
me in,
please.
excuse me. But yes, I'm very excited, obviously, for Magic Kingdom for having Tiana's open, and it's going better than the. Because I
We
hear,
don't
I,
talk
I,
about
hear- I hear
Overworld.
she's having problems. Okay, all right. I hear she was a little temperamental.
She's always temperamental.
Okay.
And yet, I think the struggle is that it's fantastic technology. It is beautiful storytelling. However, a lot of these amazing effects don't work well with Florida humidity.
Yes, or the storms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, she's trying, she's struggle busing, and she's doing her best. It's fine. Like most of us here, she's doing her best.
Yes.
I would definitely say I'm interested to see if the dark park, the what's beyond Big Thunder, if that is actually going to be a thing. I think that's the really big one. I'm pretty sure there's a sinkhole back there. I don't know if that's actually going to happen.
Anything where there isn't an attraction, you can probably guarantee there's a sinkhole in Walt Disney World.
Yes. If you want me to give you a diagram of all the buildable areas in Florida based off of what is considered X level of swamp, I can tell you. I do know that map. But the one that I think all the Disney Worlders are like, we know something's happening. We just want answers, and that is Dino Land.
Yes, Animal Kingdom. Yes.
Everybody's wondering what is happening with Dino Land.
Yeah.
We want answers, like stuff slowly happening. We know construction teams moved into the back of the park 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. And we're like, okay, so are you ready to like turn it off next week?
Yeah.
Like, is Dino Land gonna be closed before I get back? That's more what I'm nervous about. They've done that before.
They've just closed it?
Well, no, it wasn't that they closed something. It's that they opened it it was Fantasmic. When Fantasmic returned in 2019, it went live here in Disneyland literally the day after the convention, or that night of.
Did it really?
Yes. When the brand new Murphy, all the brand new stuff came out, R.I.P. the barbecue blizzard.
R.I.P. Murphy. Yeah.
Sorry, I know that's still a touchy subject for y'all Disneyland people. Too soon.
R.I.P. Yeah.
They will say, oh yeah, we're doing this tomorrow. And if I'm still over here and I don't fly back until the 13th, if my Dino Land is gone, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth and it won't be mine. We'll see. So there's a lot, and again, there's a lot that's up in the air. I think they are going to surprise us with some things.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
There's like the international parks. I know Disneyland Paris is getting some sort of expansion as well, but nobody knows what it is. So that's also an announcement that's going to come. So a lot of stuff on Saturday about the parks.
Yes.
We will be, tuning in and seeing what Josh says.
Right. Well, hopefully we'll hear it straight from Josh, but I'll save that story for later because Eric has that connection.
Yes.
But I guess at this point, speak of the devil, I think we need to bring Eric on in here before we get into our countdown.
Our
we
special guest today.
Yes.
Come on in.
Our fabulous third member of the Disney content side of the social media, which a lot of you follow us on all of our other pages. Again, as a reminder, the Disney content page is a collaboration. No one is stealing our videos. This is something that we are working on as a collective.
Yes, 100%.
It's planned.
But we appreciate y'all reaching out and like warning us on our own personal pages. Hey, I think someone's stealing your videos. And we're like, no, I made that. But thank you. We appreciate that you're looking out for us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Brewery X for coming over and providing some amazing
Brewery
drinks.
X, yes, thank you.
Also, Suavecito for providing some giveaways. Also, to Brewery X as well for providing some amazing giveaways as well.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so
Welcome to the first live show, Eric.
This is amazing.
So to set up the story, right? So we get a text message the other day, and we're just like talking about stuff, and we're talking about D23 and Josh tomorrow, like I just mentioned. And then Eric texts us and says,
Very funny story. So my dad has been a tailor for the past 40 years now. He's a very well-established tailor. He's been tailoring NFL players, celebrities, a whole bunch of people. He works over at Fashion Island. So he tells me, hey, there's this guy, he's the president or the vice president of Disneyland. I don't know, but like, he's tall, and he looks really young too. It's like, Dad, Apa.
you say it in Spanish, say it in Spanish.
Yeah, I was like, Apa, are you telling me you met Josh tomorrow? He's like, sí, ese. I'm like, oh my goodness, that is so cool. So he is currently tailoring his pants, which is very funny, actually.
Woo! That's pretty cool.
So if you,
Yeah.
So if you see him nice and tailored, you can thank my dad.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll all be judging him while he's on the main stage and be like, "Oh yes, that tailoring looks very nice.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
I know the man
job.
that did that. It was Eric's dad."
Yes.
All right. Well, to reiterate again, this episode is going to be us giving you some of our top 5 things for Disney in general, whether it be the parks, how to survive, all that other good stuff. When we do our countdowns, we always start at 5, go down to 1. And I feel like it's only fitting that Eric, you go ahead and start us off. You ready? You got this?
You got your tips and tricks ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, so very first thing, just because whether you're a content creator or you just want to take photos or mobile ordering, always bring a battery pack with you. That's one of the biggest things. I know as soon as I get there, within about an hour, I'm from 100% down to about 20%, especially if you're mobile ordering everything. So definitely one of my tips. And they have fuel rods over there too, so that's another cool part.
That they do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, the Disney app, both Disney apps, they drain your battery.
100%,
for sure.
yes.
Video, photo also drains your battery. So having a fuel rod or a mobile charger of any kind is key at the parks. At least I'd be lost without my phone. I would literally just be like,
100%.
what do I do?
My question is that some of y'all operate with like multiple batteries, but then you're plugging it in and it's burning your hands. Like the battery
100%,
itself is on fire.
Oh, this one gets hot. The
Yeah.
the anchor one, yeah, she gets hot.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, she also died, so.
that's concerning.
No, she's gone. But yeah, in the heat of the day, yes, she'll get warm and the phone might overheat.
I have 4 of them at all times too. I don't know why. It's just like no matter what happens, I don't know. We'll see. You always want one.
so you're
I'm
also
like, "This is one
saying-
for you."
I always use Erick's. Oh my gosh. Whatever you use is like one of the best ever.
I forgot which one it is too. Otterbox. That's a good one. Yeah.
It's a hefty one.
It's hefty.
But it
Hashtag
charges
non-sponsored.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss Megan? What's your number 5?
Oh, my number 5, yes. Okay, so I'm actually going to go back to my notes here because that's where I write my countdowns. Danielle has her little sloth notebook.
No, well, I don't have my sloth notebook.
You have a new one.
I have a
You have the
new
new one right
sloth.
there.
I have
Someone
2
was
new
so
sloth notebooks.
generous.
So,
Yes.
who was it in the crowd that gave me this one? Ashley gifted me 2 different sloth notebooks because she knows whenever I travel, I don't bring my normal one. So she custom made this little tiny one with a little sloth on it. So I can put it in my little front pocket of my Orangeburg backpacks, and I never lose it whenever I travel over here. So I'm gonna have to rewrite my list as we go. So
That's okay, and that's why I'm going second.
I'm
to
ready.
give you more time.
yes.
All right, so my number 5 is going to be, I do think we put this in the countdown before, but it's download the app. Download the My Disney Experience or the Disneyland app. There are still some people that don't know that is where we live when we go to Disneyland these days. That's like, that's the home page, that's the home site. Like we're checking the lines, we're checking mobile ordering, that's where our tickets are. You gotta have that app downloaded these days. And it's kind of funny how it really wasn't that recent that became the norm. We were just talking about in like 2012.
I can't remember when the
app
last time
was
I've gone in line to order food. I just always mobile order everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything.
Yeah,
on there.
because you can you can upload if you need to. You can get your gift cards on there to pay for things, and you can mobile check out your merch now too. You don't even need to go up to the counter. So yeah, I would say have the app downloaded because it
I
really
still
helps.
have trouble with that one. I feel like every single time I do it, something always happens, and I'm there a lot longer.
Yeah,
than
something
I
always
need.
happens. You
They
end up
had
buying more by
technical issues.
accident.
Yeah, they had
And then I just feel weird and awkward there, just like, hi, I don't know what I did. Can you
I
help
bought
me?
too much.
I bought too much,
Yes.
I think.
See, and y'all, I have ranted about this many a times. Actually, I'm going to make that my number 5 also. And I'm just
I
going
love
to
it.
add
Okay.
on to that yes, please use the Walt Disney World apps, the ones that are made by Walt Disney World, not the third-party companies. Thank you very much. Again, hashtag not sponsored. But right before I left, this was literally on Tuesday. I kid you not, I'm trying to walk into Magic Kingdom. I decided to take the resort monorail from Contemporary Resort over to Magic Kingdom. And it goes around the long way towards Polynesian, towards Grand Floridian. And this family, it had to be Georgia. Because that accent was thick like butter. And you hear this grandma come on, and I swear she had not been to the park since the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, well, we're going to walk on in here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to go get ourselves a Walt Disney World map, and we're just going to walk around and see what we get done. And I'm sitting there on the monorail, and my eyes are getting wider and wider, and I'm just like, you're not getting anything done. And so I lean over to the, it must have been the daughter or the daughter-in-law, and I said, we do have the My Disney Experience app, right? What's that?
Oh, no.
Let me help you. Do you have an iPhone or an Android? And I helped them literally set up a little account for their entire family to use, and they had
saved their lives.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
were using an information guide
Oh dear.
from like 2010.
Oh.
Tron was not in it.
That's amazing,
Tiana,
actually.
yeah. I don't even think Festival of Fantasy was listed as the parade in there.
Probably not.
And I was just like, the internet's a thing. We're here, y'all. We're here to help you also. So yes, again, download the app. That's my number 5. Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, Eric.
Number 4.
You got a number 4?
My turn? Okay,
Yep,
awesome.
your turn.
All right, so this is going to be kind of weird, but hear me out. Hear me out.
You review bathrooms. I think
So it's not that weird. Literally,
great.
Danny right there going, mic drop. Oh, that was amazing.
yeah.
I always just bring an extra shirt just because I am a very sweaty person. Very sweaty person. So if I'm there from open to close, which very rarely happens, I will bring an extra shirt. I will change halfway through. Like, all right, fresh tea. All right, let's keep it going. Most likely, it will be another black shirt because my wardrobe is all black. So that or socks. No lie.
That's good. I'm thinking for the heat and then also for water rides because
Exactly.
if you've ever been on Grizzly and you've been the victim of Grizzly River Run, you know that you can get everything on you absolutely soaked through. So definitely the socks
100%.
because I can't stand the sloshy socks feeling. I can't do it all day. It just can't happen.
I will be in a very bad mood if I have wet
It
socks.
puts me in a bad mood. It does. And then the shirts for the heat and then also for the water rides as well. And then I want to add on top of that, bringing a jacket, especially for the California parks, because it can be 85 or 90 during the day, and then it drops 20 degrees at night every single time. So that's what I would
What a
add,
luxury
add on
I
to
do
that.
not know. It gets
You
hotter.
can wear it. It gets hotter and when the sun goes down.
sets and the breeze disappears.
100%.
So it's suddenly,
I don't get it. I
I
don't understand.
It's
does it
the
get hotter?
swamp witch. I tell you what. The bayou in the Florida. Oh no. No.
Everywhere. At all
Everywhere.
times.
Yeah, so
Great
we had a
point.
conversation before. Actually, it was in the last episode, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And Megan was like, "Oh my goodness, it's so hot here in Anaheim," and I said, "Oh really?" It's 103 here with 90% humidity.
I don't know what I was saying.
I'm sweating in areas that shouldn't sweat. It was a lot.
I know. I should not complain. I always
And
think
so
about that too.
I'm standing on Main Street for a hot second talking with some people, and there's this lovely breeze that blows by, and I'm like, I feel like Beyonce.
Right.
This is amazing. There's no humidity. It's beautiful. It's just different. It's just so different.
I know. No, it is. It for sure is. And I'm about to experience that going over to Walt Disney World. I haven't been to Walt Disney World in the summer in 10 years. I went in June in 2014. Now I'm about to go in August of 2024. I'm excited to share the
You
experience
kind of
with
like the
everybody.
heat, though. You kind of like.
I'm a
little
desert
bit of-
woman. Yes. No, I was born to be in the desert, to live in a desert. So I do like the heat. The humidity, not so much.
I get jealous of people whenever they wear white shirts. I want to wear a white shirt.
Why
but-
don't you wear a white shirt?
Because all the sweat is going to seep through and you can see everything. on
Okay.
there.
That's fair. That's fair. We do have to keep it G-rated at Disney. I understand.
That is very true.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So my number 4. Are we?
Yes.
My number 4. Okay. So my number 4 is going to be adding at least one extra experience during your trip, and like preparing some sort of reservation, or for example, like the Skyline Terrace at Disneyland, something that just adds a little bit more of like a special extra, moment.
So
for-
whether it be like a dining reservation
Exactly.
or like an extra
nice dining, right?
something.
Right. Just something a little extra. For,
Raise your hand. Who likes character meet and greets? Who is terrified of them? I met Bing Bong for the first time. I think it was last month, and I was so nervous. I might have teared up a little bit before, but it was just so
Out of fear or excitement?
both. But it was so cool just because Bing Bong is just one of my favorite characters, and when I saw him, I immediately just felt so at ease and so calm. I was like, oh my gosh, this is what it feels like. But if I go to a face character,
That can talk back.
and
Yeah.
they can talk bad. I'm like, hi, I'm going this way, no?
I like your hair. Run away.
I look at her. Ah.
That's me with any character in Avengers Campus, any superhero. Yeah.
Gaston would be really funny too, actually.
Gaston was one of my top ones for the
Yes.
character meet and greets. Yes, he's fun to meet. And talk about like just quick-witted on it with the whatever he
very
says.
quick.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, well,
you're
moving on.
number 4.
We're gonna have to get through this list a little quicker. We've
got
been
it, we
going
got
on
it. Here we
way
go.
too many ratatouilles in the middle of this.
That's okay.
But number 4 for me, this doesn't matter for you. Disney World people. If you are a Disneylander and you're thinking about coming to Disney World, I've talked a lot about the heat. Forget the heat, it's the rain. Embrace it. That is number 4. Is just embrace it. You're gonna get wet, whether it's on a water ride, from sweating, or from Mother Nature, just letting it go at 3 p.m. every single day. It's normal. Florida is the lightning capital of the world, if you did not know that. If you want to get into the scientific reasons, it's because of our water tables underneath. We attract more of it. It's a lot. So we don't play around with lightning either.
I brought an umbrella once. That was actually really funny.
That's so cute.
It was really cute. I was like, this is gonna be a great idea. Just inside out the entire time. I'm like, okay, cool. This is not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
I put that thing
Aw.
away very
Either
quickly.
get the poncho or no, like I've gotten pretty, not to lie, I've gotten really good at, okay, I know I can smell the rain coming. We're gonna go into this building for 30 minutes. Oh, look, it's completely sunny out afterwards. So I'll teach y'all. It's gonna take some practice.
You got it down. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's
No,
my
I
number
love
3 is embrace, or no, number 4 is embrace the Florida rain.
Love it.
Awesome.
Yep.
Mine.
Number 3.
Bring a water bottle, hydro flask, anything to keep water in there, because we all know that water can be very expensive over there. Liquid IV helps actually as well. And you can get ice at any location, I believe. I usually go to the, where do I usually go? Tomorrowland to get my ice over at Pizza Planet. And then there's various little water stations throughout the resort as well. So
Pim's Test Kitchen is my favorite because they have the fancy machine where you can like mix and match the flavors and
That is very
the
true.
syrups and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that was a good one. That is a good one. Yep, drinking water throughout the day, which is something that I forget to do, sadly. But
Well, you better get used to it before you come see me in 2
oh,
weeks.
I know. And the liquid IV will be had every single day, probably multiple times a day.
Yes.
All right, my number 3 is going to be to check the refurb and the crowd calendars. So the refurb calendar is official, right? They always know, well, Disneyland could be a little last minute in announcing the refurbs, but always check the refurb calendar, at least if you are going to know what is going to be closed, if at all, when you arrive. Or if you can avoid it, maybe try to avoid it, go a different time. And then also the crowd calendars, those are technically unofficial. They do have some websites. Undercover Tourist has a good one where they can actually tell you, hashtag not sponsored.
Well, not hashtag not sponsored. It's that we've had this debate before in a previous episode of
Because times have changed.
Times
I
have
will say
changed.
that. Times have changed, but it's
The data
if you are
that-
new, if you're brand new, and
it's something.
you know, I posted a video about this 3 years ago. They can't go back and dig for that, you know. But at least some of
The
these sites.
algorithm has been pushing videos from 3 or 4 years ago.
No, 2021, really?
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
sorry.
so if you're seeing videos of me with like the straight across bangs and like not the on fleek eyeliner, that information's outdated. So just letting you know.
One of my best
looks
places
have
to
changed.
poop came up pretty recently, and just like, where did you see this? This was from 2 years ago.
Why is this? Yes,
Wow,
I've had stuff
okay.
recirculating. I don't know
Very
why.
funny.
All right, all
Weird.
right. Well, the crowd calendars can help, I think. At least if you are brand new, to kind of gauge when the crowds are going to be bad. Especially, I feel like in Disney World, it's a little bit more predictable than land. That's what I think.
Yeah, kind of.
I always recommend right after the holidays and late August, early September for over here.
Well, I guess that kind of ties into my number 3. And my number 3 is have patience. And I say this because in Florida, if you did not know, during the months of September and August are the peak European tourist time. So we have so many people from the UK people with accents that you might not understand them right away. And I love them to death. They are fantastic, and I had sitting on the park bench having the most fantastic conversations with people on holiday, and it is amazing. But no matter where people are from, and especially in Disney World, we are the international park. It's not just the locals park like what you guys do here in Disneyland. It is the international park, which means all these different cultures and ways of thinking all come into one space. And sometimes it just doesn't communicate, especially when nobody understands why they can't get a pass for Tron. And you just have to have patience and be understanding. And the cast members are there to help you if you approach it in the right tone of voice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's a great one, honestly. Yeah.
All right.
So important.
My next
Number 2.
is Disneyland is always a great place to go, obviously. I love supporting businesses that are outside of the Disney parks as well. So with me, I'm a very big advocate of going to restaurants that surround Disneyland. So going to like Villains Brewing, going to the Anaheim Packing House. That's always super nice. You get some great food. You get to meet some cool people over there as well. So definitely, if you're in this area or visiting this area for D23, take a look at the restaurants that are around. There's a lot of good ones out there. Some of them are very small business. Some of them are bigger, but it doesn't matter. It's all good food, all good vibes. So yeah.
If you are Disneyland or planning on going to Disney World, that's a little harder to do because you're down the street is from Magic Kingdom to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
On my side.
Yep.
So
Very true.
It's very much on property. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Still on property.
that's a Disneyland specific one.
Yes. Yeah. But I love that. Anaheim has some great spots, and if you have the time, I of course
Your
recommend
parks have great
checking it out.
food, and your surrounding area has great food.
We do indeed.
We have some really good
Always.
tacos around this area too.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Tacos Dos Cholos. I love that place. I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, me either, based off that response.
Yeah, dang. Amazing. All right. Well, let's see. My number 2. Let's see. Okay, I actually always recommend this when people say they're coming to Disneyland or even to Disney World for the first time. This, for some reason, always comes to the top of my head, and it's go on the park-specific attractions. Not every park is the same, right? Especially Disneyland. Like, we have park-specific. We got Indiana Jones, Temple of the Hidden Eye. We got Matterhorn. Like, that's iconic, and I always say, and our Fantasyland rides even, I think we have the best Fantasyland.
Indiana Jones is like, they're always broken down. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't it
It's
be
like
funny?
a 50-50
It's
shot
worth
whenever we
a
go over there.
try, though.
It is.
If we do get Indiana Jones, right, over in Disney World, because that's one of the rumored things to replace Dino Land, right?
Yeah.
Is that if we get Indy
Yeah.
and ours works and yours doesn't,
It does.
then
not.
we'll have the broken Tianas and you'll have the working Tianas.
Probably.
We're just swapping the rides.
That's just,
We're just
that's
gonna
a swap.
swap.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
I really hope, if you get an Indy, I hope it's a different like theme for Indy. I don't know. I want it to be different. I'm sorry.
I hope it's
I'm one of
terrible,
those where
honestly.
I don't want attractions to be like the same across the board. I don't know. That's just my thing.
Again, we'll believe it when we
see
see it.
Yes.
My new motto, right up there with Dream of Churros tonight. That's going to be right there next to it.
That literally is the catchphrase. Yes.
Well, for my number 2, you guys have already mentioned it. It is stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.
So important in
Stay
Florida
hydrated.
too. Yeah.
Yes. And that's what I'll leave that at. Yes.
That's
Number
There
1.
it is.
What is your number 1?
We got the number 1 now. Personal hygiene is always great.
For number 1. Wow.
For number 1.
Bring your DO for the BO.
Bring deodorant, bring spray-on deodorant, bring dude wipes if you have it. # dude wipes. That's all I can say. Because you don't want to be standing in front of anybody that has a smell of onions. Very specific.
Among other smells, yes. I love that you put that as your number 1. Because I mean, it's it's okay. We understand. You've been at the park like a long day. I get it, but yeah, it's
smell
a
right
good
now.
tip. Oh, you talking for yourself? Okay, I get it. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, fully support. For sure.
Yes.
Is that your number 1 too?
No.
You're like, oh, support it a lot.
No. I have a different number 1. It's because it's near and dear to my heart, and that's mobile ordering your food. So along with downloading the app, I obviously I'm a big advocate for mobile order. I think there's one person here tonight that will disagree with me, and he's behind the camera right over there. Because he's had issues with mobile order in the past, which there can be. Don't get me wrong. But I figure out I've been around. I've been to the park a few times in the last couple
You
years.
just haven't trained Danny yet.
I haven't I haven't trained you. That's why.
We're here to
Must
help.
be it. So I've learned the tips and tricks behind the mobile order, at least at Disneyland. Disney World, there's not too many options on.
No.
Yeah. We have all the options.
You do have all the options.
We do. Yeah.
So we do have mobile order, but it's not in the same capacity that y'all do. Like you have it for every little tiny cart and everything in between. The things that I want, but I can't have. And
I scroll
Yeah.
and I scroll on ours, and then I scroll on yours, and I'm like,
Oh, there's 3.
8 restaurants here. Okay. It's such a big park. I just thought there'd be more.
we're special little nuggets over there. It's really what it is.
All right. Speaking of which, the corn dog nuggets, those are my favorite actually, from Casey's Corner.
Oh.
Those are great on mobile order.
With your fluorescent cheese product.
Oh, I love it. It's great. Delicious. Yeah.
It's really good.
So yes, mobile order your food, it saves you time. You can always press I'm here 5 minutes before your window opens, for those who don't know. And it is my favorite tip to tell people.
Danielle, that reminds you, what was that one from Fairfax? The buffalo.
Buffalo grill,
so
the grilled
good.
cheese. Oh, that looks
one
so
is
good.
So y'all, the one good food thing we have in Disney World is over in Hollywood Studios. When you go over towards like Star Wars Land, Muppet Courtyard, there is a location called ABC Commissary. And there is a buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich that comes with steak fries. Oh, it's
It
real
looks
good.
so good.
Oh yes, and it comes with additional side of like buffalo sauce too that you can dunk it in. We don't have a lot of good food. We have to come all the way to Jolly Holiday over here in Disney World to get good grilled cheese. That's our one good
Yes.
grilled cheese we have in all of Disney World property.
You have good food.
During the festivals,
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Vegetables are good.
our festival got delayed. We have not had a festival in Epcot for the past 2 months.
That's kind of crazy. I totally forgot about
I
that.
don't know what to do with myself. It's been weird. I've been actually staying away from Epcot. I went into my baristas the other day, and they're like, Danielle, we haven't seen you in a long time. And I'm like, I know. It's because you have no food for me here. They felt my pain, though, so they know me a little too well. Well, and you know what? My number one for wrapping up this list, and again, thank y'all so much for being here
Thank you,
and listening.
yes.
Thank you to our Patreon fam. We're so happy that you're here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I have said this in multiple times. I've actually made videos about this, and this is kind of my phrase for 2024 is protect your peace. You can go to the parks by yourself. You don't have to bring that mother-in-law or that family member with you that's going to slow you down. You can go by yourself and have a fantastic time. You do you, boo. Stay in your lane. And again, protect your peace. And it is sponsored by the Dapper Danielle that you should go do that. Go have that single park day by yourself. Go and enjoy, even in Disney World. Have fun.
It's
yes.
it's very freeing when you can do that on your own. Obviously, it can take a little bit of time to do that, but there's something beautiful about just going to the parks by yourself and just sitting down, whether it's people watching or doing a little bit of work or mindlessly scrolling through a TikTok like I do every now and then, which is completely fine. It's something to do, and it's where my second home is at. So.
Right. I think a lot of that comes
Yeah.
from right now. We also, not only do we have a lot of friends from overseas in our parks over in Disney World, we also have everybody that's planning a family reunion with like 15 plus people. That one auntie that you have not seen in 3 years does not need to be at this family reunion because she has slowed down all of you. Protect your peace.
Yes. 100%.
All right. Well, again, thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you, Beastly Appetite, for joining us on this
Thank
bonus
you for having me.
episode.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, everybody. Is there anything else we need to say as we wrap this up?
Love all of y'all. Thank you so much for
Yes.
coming down. We truly, truly appreciate you guys. Without any of you, this will not be possible.
Right.
So, from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you.
Yeah, I
Truly,
can't even express that
amazing.
enough.
So yes, thank you. I never would have expected we would do something like this, and it's just I can't believe it. So thank you guys so much for being here. Yeah. I can't believe you want. Can't believe you want to like watch us and come see us. That's crazy. Like, what?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Appreciate
Well,
it.
I guess we need to sign this off how we normally do, Megan.
I guess we do again for consistency. So
Yes.
until we see you next time, have a very magical day.
And night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. To have your name at the end of our new episodes and to receive a bunch of magical perks, please check out our Patreon via the link in the episode notes.
Or visit patreon.com/Disney Countdown Show. We'll see you there.